Mr. President, honorable members of the Union, our distinguished guests on the proposition bench, thank you for the floor. I rise today, the day after the solemn anniversary that haunts every Mumbaiker, to oppose the motion that India's policy towards Pakistan is populism disguised as security policy. Apologies for the mic. In plain terms, I stand here to tell you that not only is this claim false, but it is a fundamental misreading of my country's reality. And I do so not just as a member of the Oxford Union, but as a Mumbaiker, but as someone who has lived through the consequences of the India-Pakistan saga in his own home and heart. Yesterday was 26/11, November 26th, which in my city is not an ordinary date on the calendar. It marks the day when, in 2008, 10 terrorists stormed across iconic sites across my hometown, unleashing 3 days of bloodshed. One of those targets was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, the very station that my aunt passed through almost every evening. By chance or by providence, she took a different train home that night, narrowly escaping the fate of the 166 souls that did not. Another target was the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, where my best friend's father, a major in the National Security Guard, was one of the first commandos to rappel into a burning inferno. I was a schoolboy then, glued to the television as my city burnt. I remember the fear in my mother's voice on the phone, the tension in my father's clenched jaw. For 3 nights, Mumbai did not sleep, and neither did I. As a child, I learned too early that security is not an abstract policy issue. It is the difference between life and death, the difference between a phone call from a loved one or a silence that lasts forever. I share this, not to darken the mood, but to ground this debate in reality. For me, this isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's painfully personal. The railway station, 200 meters from my childhood home, was bombed in the 1993 serial blasts that killed over 250 people. I grew up under the shadows of these tragedies. My parents, who are here in the chamber tonight, listening anxiously to their son, raised me with the stories of those dark days and the mantra that we must always be alert. So when someone claims that India's tough stance towards Pakistan is merely populism masquerading as security policy, you might understand why I bristle. It sounds like someone telling you that the locks on your doors are just for show, not because there are robberies in the neighborhood. But before we delve deeper into that notion, let me first address the 3 gentlemen arrayed against me. A rather formidable proposition bench, if there ever was one. They say this house loves a good show. My opponents have certainly delivered on the casting. First, we have our union president.